the Venge to help them push afterwards.
Does Ember Spirit need that Lincoln's really early on in this game, or is it maybe going to be a second or third item, you think? Maybe a Maelstrom first?
Yeah, pretty unlikely. I mean, the catch, that is one thing that is kind of important to point out, is the catch is fairly lacking. You know, you have the Venge, and you have the Earth Spirit, and you have the Beastmaster, but all three of those skills are pretty easy to dodge if you're an Ember Spirit. The long animation on Roar, obviously, the having to hit the roll, you know, that's pretty rare. That's going to happen. And then Vengeful Spirit is pretty easy to telegraph as well. So I don't even think that he needs a Lincoln's until maybe like super late game when Beast gets like a Blink Shadow Blade or something like that.
Yeah. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. There we go. Back into the game we go. And here we go. Game number 1, Monkey King. What the hell is this courier? Monkey King is transformed into... What? Oh, that's gross.
Like a little insect.
Yeah, what the hell am I looking at? Looks like it's carrying a TP scroll almost. Delivering. Anywho, yeah, Suns Fan actually, we're in this early game here. I was listening to Suns Fan and Cinder, they were casting the European finals. Suns Fan actually brought up an interesting idea with the whole outpost, and I'm sure we're gonna see changes to the outpost over time, just like we did to the shrines and stuff when the 7.0 patch came out. One of them, oh, mid lane by the, oh my god, he almost dies on moves. Wow, he had to pop his salve there. Barely rolls away.
Well, why were there 4 people in the mid lane?
I don't know. I had no reason to believe somebody was about to die there. Jesus. Well, I would have caught it if he actually died. But yeah, point goes back to, Sunspam was talking about this idea of putting TPs in the outpost, being able to be purchased TPs from the outpost. Almost like a...
Like the side shop.
Just like the side shop.
Definitely miss is not having those TPs there. You find yourself getting caught out without a TP pretty often still.
Of course, the response. Yeah, 2 for 2 bounty. The response from Cinderin was, you have couriers. Like everyone has couriers, so this idea, you don't really need a side shop anymore anyway. So, anyways, I found that interesting today. How about this top lane, by the way? It's Sven Puck versus nobody.
Pretty easy lane.
I would hope he gets very good farm.
You can see them trying to find the right matchups here, trying to get the Beast against the Sven. It looks like Monkey King against the Tide. Snake King gonna play the safe lane. Tide Hunter so far. And Crystal Maiden making her way there as well.
Slowly but surely. It is Moo Meander on the Crystal Maiden. So again, swapping up these roles here in this cycle. Vengeful Spirit off to the side. Question is, will they pick up that Earth Spirit's in the area in time? Or where exactly he is? Because he's certainly lining up like he wants to eventually go in for a role initiation here. There we go, but just gonna be harassment.
Just letting him know I'm here. You know, I'll be back for your lunch money, so watch out. Make sure it's ready.
Almost a little surprised that he went that early to me, because the lane was just starting to push out in their favor, so you figured he'd maybe wait, but...
Spared you future loss.
Did not. And so now they know. Eternal Envy yesterday mentioned he did play the Sven. He did go that Mask of Madness build early on, so sure enough, you see the queue. He is planning that Mask of Madness early farming item. And there was that interesting idea that he split it up into the Echo Saber and then the Satanic eventually.
Right. Yeah, he likes to go, this seems to be a pretty common build now. The Treads Mask, and then sometimes like the SNY, sometimes the AC early, eventually the Aghanims as well.
I've yet to cast the Superman game. Oh, wow, bottom lane. Okay, that's a trade. Monkey King and Titan are trading lives right there. Moo Meander is also in trouble now, though, as the Magic Missile hits. Needs a couple more auto attacks. Does have the Wave of Terror, though, and sure enough, killing me on the Crystal Maiden. So all of a sudden, crazy action at the bottom lane as we end up having a 2-1 lead now for J.Storm. We get in that kill first.
As a 5 Vengeful Spirit, you love that because you've got good stats already, and if you can just get a couple of items, you become incredibly difficult to kill, which as a 5 feels super good. They go on you, they waste their spells, you still get out. Fear is feeling real nice.
See off right there. And mid lane there, it's watching that back and forth. But bottom lane, Monkey King does end up going down, actually. Trying to man up on that Tide Hunter somewhat. Caught off guard by Crystal Maiden. But yeah, mid lane, Bryle, he did get very low. Does survive, though.
Yeah, and this is the main problem with the Monkey King is he just has no armor. Like, you can see he started with a Ring of Protection, and that just puts him at +2 on top of the 1 that he now has at level 2. But with Gush, it's all gone. You're actually at -1 armor, and that means that you cannot fight this Tide Hunter.
Yeah, geez. 4 armor reduction at this point for the Tide Hunter. He has a buckler, no Kraken shell. Leveled up even just yet as mid lane again, Bryle, but again he uses the tree just enough to juke right there. 9 has to fall back. Holy crap, though. Eventually somebody's gonna die in this middle lane. Right now, TA's leading CS, though.
It's coming, and Bryle, he'd love to go get this rune, but you see Moose setting up for it. He knows. It's like, this is the lifeline for the Ember Spirit.
Invis top instead, the Radiant even scanning. And actually, he got the information that somebody was sitting there, but it is going to be 9 to pick up the rune instead. So, yeah, I wanted J.Storm probably almost hoped that it was going to be bottom at that point. Maybe go for the kill on him for being greedy, but either way, doesn't get the rune. He is back in the lane now, currently at half-life, but no bottle regen to use. Templar Assassin will pop that salve. Get back up to full life, but yeah, very action-packed mid lane, definitely. Top lane, as expected. Are they? Okay, Bryle goes. Right as I leave the freaking lane, come on.
I just sit mid. I mean, they're literally just trading with each other in the river. As soon as they see each other, they just run at each other and play a game of chicken. And for TA, that kind of favors her at the moment.
As I was saying before I so rudely interrupted, Sven is top arm of the game as far as CS goes. 26 and 13. He's having a very good time at that top lane, but we do have 5 minutes, and look at the bounty rune control. It's going to be a even split, 2 for 2. Nothing too crazy there, but mid lane wrapping around again. 9.
Oh, misses the chains.
No chains hitting. He pops a salve, and Puck is gonna chill there for now. He's trying to go for the courier snipe, I think, but
here comes Moose. Ember is not level 6 yet. Yeah, they're gonna go on him.
Roll in.
TP back to lane, so this is 45 seconds if we were to go down, but
not gonna happen. Yeah, the turn coming out from Puck now. Moon Meander showing up with the TP now. We will get credit for the kill. Can they also get 9? I don't think so. Not enough mana for the refraction, but they're not gonna commit. Look at that tower, so chaos in the mid lane. Now stepping up. 4-3 lead for Fighting Pandas. That's game number 1. But quietly, Sven continues to farm away at the top lane, so I guess Monkey King is also essentially doing the same thing at the bottom lane, however, as he's actually top net worth, slightly ahead of the Sven right now.
That's amazing, despite his 2 deaths early on. Farming quite well.
That is very surprising, actually. I guess he did have the first blood. Still. Wrap around, supports, Earth, and Vengeful looking through the jungle. Back to the mid lane, though, again. Putting the pressure on. Refraction's worn off. 3 more seconds, has it again. Won't need it. Vengeful TPing in, and Fighting Pandas Q to not go in themselves, although they need to fight still because Earth Spirit, and he now rolls in on top of the magic missile. And that's the combo that J.Storm needs to finally kill Bryle in this mid lane, I guess. Second time, really. But, and Moon Meander's also dead on top of that. Double kill for 9. The swing of the pendulum is real in this mid lane.
Yeah, and definitely coming out TA favored. She is 3-0 right now, and despite not having the most CS, will certainly... Oh, she does have the most CS. I lied. You head to the jungle and accelerate even farther.
Let's get some neutral items now upon us. Iron Talon picked up by Beastmaster. It's 7+ minutes, so of course those tier 1s now able to spawn. Do you think Iron Talon is actually the worst, or one of the worst tier 1 items?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You know?
Prowl's dead again, by the way.
I'd rather have.
And Moon Meander's dead. That was them going on 9 right there, and now it's going to be turned. However, Envy all of a sudden shows up. He's going to pop God Strength Thief in and help to cut down the Earth Spirit. So it ends up being a 2 for 2. Double kill for Owie, actually, on that Puck, getting both of those kills. But something about this mid lane is just attracting everyone. What is going on?
Yeah, it's really interesting, actually. I was doing a like a stream last night with Jenkins and Raw Dota. Henry. We were talking about how mid lane seems to be less important now. Like the side lanes are more important to control, but the mid lane is still being prioritized a lot by pro teams in terms of like everybody will rotate there in the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then you go for the side lanes. And we're seeing that a lot. That was a really, really important rotation by Envy though, because if Bryle goes down there and they don't get any return kills, the TA is going to be out of control.
Yeah. Brax goes down top lane. No Ravage even needed, just simply Crystal Maiden rotating in, doing the freeze and the slow, and Beastmaster ends up going down. His second death of the game. I was watching Ember Spirit farm in the jungle there. He actually ended up dropping a Fated Brooch on the ground. And he used his Remnant as soon as he finished the creep, so he didn't actually pick it up initially. But he goes back and picks it up, thankfully, before the Vengeful Spirit comes over.
Yeah, seriously. There's nothing good about giving the enemy team a free 1,000 gold item at 9 minutes into the game.
Yeah, so good idea to go back and at least pick it up, put it in his backpack for now, but we'll see him hand that off.
So funny, when the patch came out, people were just like leaving their items in the jungle, like, I don't want this. And you come through and you're like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure, I'll take that, I guess. This definitely still trying to get an understanding of how those work for a lot of people, or really just remembering even. It's a big thing. Ocean Heart picked up by Templar Assassin, so has more stats to work with now. And that mid lane does have the Desolator queued up. Tidehunter. Again, still no Ravage leveled up despite being 6. We'll see if he gets it at 7, but Snaking going for that 2-2-2 build for now, and there is definitely a fight brewing up here. They're smoking in. As soon as he kills a couple creeps, he's gonna get level 7. No, he's not there yet. So he still doesn't have Ravage. I think that was maybe the idea, but they're going for the outpost fight, as we have hit 10 minutes now, by the way, but Primal Roar and Crystal Maiden, he's gonna die, and the Dire team certainly has the numbers here.
Wow, what a is on the Earth Spirit. He silenced his Envy just as he's mid-cast animation with Stormhammer, which would have absolutely killed Brax. Goes, grabs the rune, and rolls out. Allows them to turn the fight, kill the Maiden, and get out. Really nice play.
Both sides do end up getting the rune, or the outpost even. As a result of that, the Fighting Pandas did make a point to just get the bottom one. But of course, the rotation from J.Storm allows them to take that top one for themselves. Monkey King hanging out in the trees, but not going to commit. So Tidehunter is holding on to a point now, and seeing if he finds an opportunity for that Ravage to come into play, but did pick up a Vlad's as we see there. Villa Discord just picked up by Puck meanwhile.
Yeah, Puck is ridiculously farmed.
He did this yesterday too. I believe he played the Puck and got really good farm. He with the Boots of Travel as well.
Yeah,
very effective item for him.
This is a position 4 who is 800 gold ahead of Brax's off lane. And now he's just not core at this point.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Smoke play. They might have been spotted though. There's a ward over here. Maybe not. Oh, the item drops. Goes back to pick it up. It's that broom handle. Actually not bad for this Sven at all. So
Monkey King ult was used top lane. Smoo is potentially being gone on by the Tidehunter.
Oh, they're running away right there. Ravage is now ready to go for the Tidehunter, but Monkey King just trying to deter them. Bottom lane back down here, Puck. Did they find him? They did. The silence hits. He does John away. Wave of Tears missed. Oh, wow. The pings come out exactly where they need it to be, but there is no way to stop him. TP's out in time. So that's 4 heroes that were down there for J.Storm, and they don't end up with a kill in the end.
Yeah, they did get the tower, though, so a bit of a trade. Both teams taking the enemy safe lane tower, which means that they have much better control of the outposts down there.
Top tower is under attack.
Look at the neutral items that both sides do get, the 3 each. 12.5 minutes in now. We do have Fighting Pandas grouping up in the mid lane apparently. Arcane Ring currently active on the Ember Spirit. Sven though, God Strength ready to go. He with the drum, 6 charges full, good to go. J.Storm certainly not just gonna give this up though. And he's running up. He's gonna be silenced though once again. They want this kill on Vengeful. Again, Ravage is ready. Gonna be coming out soon for the looks of it. Freezing through the back lines. And Godstrike activated by Sven, but the Primal Roar hits him. Locking him in place. The Ravage eventually came out. They did kill Monkey King, and now 9. He's trying to keep his distance. Sven, you can tell he's being kited pretty heavily. The slows of the trap are real. That Magnetize is taking for plenty of damage. As the fight moves on, now he just kind of zoning them away. That Magnetize is still going. But finally they kill the tower, and Fighting Pandas, actually pretty good teamwork there. They fall back as a team, everyone alive.
Yeah, finding that Monkey King early on was really important. He didn't have his ultimate because he used it at the top lane to escape, so J.Storm just not quite having enough resources to take that fight at the end of the day, and it's going to be a mid-tier 1 tower going down. More map control to the side of Fighting Pandas, and it's resulted in a 2k gold lead.
Puck right there is going to try to push out the lane a little bit, but Desolator now has been finished on the Templar Assassin. Of course, her damage output a bit more threatening, and they're going to try to start threatening this mid tower. But right away, Fighting Pandas is here to defend. Sven, very interesting, yes. So Eternal Envy changing it up here today with his build. We mentioned the drums that he picked up. He's going to go right into that Heaven's Outward. He did do that yesterday, but again, no Mask of Madness this time around. Ember?
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him do this against the TA, and it works out quite well. It makes you very, very tanky. You can kind of frontline for your team, especially when you have heroes like Ember Spirit and Puck on the outside. You don't have to, like, bait your tide necessarily. You can sort of be the frontline with him, so I like this build. Double drum pop.
Yeah, I heard that. So running top lane, they both have the same idea. They really want Monkey King, but Moo just slips on out of there, jumps through the trees, and he's good to go. Bottom lane, looks like they might have tried to make a play on Puck, but speaking of being slippery, Puck certainly is. So Beastmaster, the Dominator, is going to fall back though, as we've now hit 15 minutes, and both teams were controlling an outpost, so experience benefit for both. Ooh, that's an Imp Claw for 9 on that TA.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, right away, too. That's like, talk about just one of the best items you can get at tier 2 for a TA.
That makes this TA very scary. Closing in on that Blink Dagger as well, and that means Crystal Maiden is going to be quite short-lived in these fights, I believe.
So Ember Spirit, I believe he is going that Maelstrom in this game. Mentioned the drums first. No intentions of getting something like that Lincoln's at this point. Talked about what the reaction time should be fine. Ideally not get caught out. Are they just going into the Roshan pit? They sure are. Fighting Pandas, just no sneaky play here. They're just charging into the Roshan pit, and they are not seen doing this though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is gonna be a free Roshan. J.Storm, they really have no clue, and it's, you know, credit to Fighting Pandas right there. It's like probably not something you would expect right now if you're J.Storm.
Yes, very early. But they did a really good job of this yesterday, actually, in their games against Gelato, where there was a TA on the other team and a Husker on the other team, and they took the Aegis away both times. Like, it really, really counteracts the efficacy of those heroes during their most powerful part of the game.
Okay, you can just see this is not a fast Roshan killing team, but he even pops the God Strength there, and they do make it happen. They give the Ember Spirit the Aegis, and if you're J.Storm, you're sitting here like, wait a second, what? Oh, that's an illusion, by the way. In the mid lane, you see how he's like, all right, props. well played, Moose.
You got me.
I like to see the tips used that way. It's an appropriate tip more than a BM tip.
Right.
This is a real one. Well, will they second guess themselves now? Okay, well, they definitely know because the smoke pops and they block his roll. So Moose certainly dead this time around. Tipping back, Moose.
It was actually a pretty good play, though. He breaks the smoke, which means that Beast is going to be fine, Venge is going to be fine, and you kind of don't really care if your Earth Spirit dies there. Will they take a fight around this outpost is the question.
Yeah, this goes back to, again, if you have control of the outpost, you have a lot of vision around, so the Fighting Pandas is capturing it, and There is no contesting really. From the side of J.Storm, decided to retreat. Tier 1 tower, also likely to just be given up. Fighting Pandas, you can clearly tell their game plan. If it wasn't clear from the beginning, it's a death ball push strategy. They really are just sticking together, the double drums, playing around team fight abilities, and they've yet to go away from that since they've started.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yep. I mean, they had such a good early laning stage. Once Envy made that rotation in the mid lane, they got the kills, they got the puck. Way more farm than she should be. And there's the Boots of Travel coming out to Aoi now, so this puck is legitimately a full-on core. And that's pretty scary if you're J.Storm.
Bottom tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Yeah, it also happens to have that growth bow. Talk about a decent item on a hero like Put, certainly. Mid lane 9 being run down
Is under attack.
with that drum pop, but Eternal Enemy by himself can't necessarily break through effectively. Instead, we'll turn his attention to the Earth Spirit. It seems to be a bit of a decoy this game. Let's get killed, but Ember Spirit, he wants more. Catches Fear. Fear has a swap, see if he does some funky plays or just actually gives up in the end. Pretty much the case there. Not much to be done. And Brow gets credit for that kill. So another objective, another tower kill likely coming for the Fighting Pandas, or maybe not actually. They spread out and Sven's busy farming the jungle instead for now.
Yeah, they're gonna try and take away some neutral creeps. Focus on the outposts.
You see him cut down that tree right there, so all those mangoes on the ground.
Oh, Ravage used on Brax in the bottom lane.
Brow shows up, and Beastmaster's dead. So it really is the opposite strategy from J.Storm as top lane. Templar Assassin's caught too. Just dead. The death coil initially, and with Sven there for plenty of damage output, TA could not get away. But the point being, J.Storm is completely spread out. They're 1 by 1, and FP's taking advantage.
Yeah, let the snowball begin. It's going to be both outposts going to Fighting Pandas, and this Monkey King, I hate to say it, but does not look like a very good hero right now. There's just no timing where it feels strong at any point in this early game.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah, it's game 1 of a best out of 5, so you kind of wonder. Again, you're only going to get so many chances to play heroes like this in a big tournament match. I'll get to that point in a minute because Moose is not going to be able to roll away. They even popped the Shrine for this unsuccessfully. Fear, he's also trying to run. And he got some distance, but the Gush slows him back down. You see Moo nearby is like, what do you want me to do? Okay, I'm going to pop a Wukong. So here we go, the response, the swap in, and TA's now putting some good damage in as well. Sven, though, he is tanky. He's trying to run away, disarms the TA, but the
nice
Centaur does stop mid-plays, and down goes Sven. But you know what? The big picture still looking beautiful for FB. Eternal Envy couldn't care less because that's a double kill for Aoi and essentially a 5-for-1 in the big picture there.
Yeah, this puck is bananas. Let me see how much damage. Yep,
Most damage.
most damage by far in that team fight. The Veil also amping both the Crystal Main and Ultimate and the Ember Spirit. So Envy kind of playing the tank like we said he might in this one. Really nice play with that swap into the Beastmaster Roar and then the stomp to keep him in the Wukong. But Monkey King is just not doing any damage, and TA can't carry this game alone. So J.Storm looking pretty rough right now.
Take a look at this hashtag production value. Again, the baiting into that Wukongs, but it really just, it goes back to that. This Monkey King, the scaling of him, and as beautifully placed of a Wukong that was, they definitely baited them into it. The damage output just didn't seem like it was enough at all. And yeah, I mean, Puck though certainly is bonkers in position 4, especially when you keep in mind that's the case in his damage output too, so.
Yep. Aoi is almost the same farm as Moo now on the position 1 Monkey King. So, pretty good. He's like, hey, I can pick up 4, no problem. I only need like 2 days to get back into TI winning form.
Yeah. So kind of the point that I was working off of what you said. It's just, it could possibly be a, you know what, I've been great on this hero in the past. It's one that I've played a lot, as we mentioned. I'm not really sure how it's going to work this patch, but at least let's try to hear in game 1 of this best out of 5, right? And so maybe they are going to come to that conclusion as Beastmaster. He just got caught in the jungle. right there. Kind of even pseudo jungle if you want to call it that. But point is,
Top tower is under
it clearly isn't working out, and J.Storm, I'm sure, is going to have that realization after this game.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, it's a pretty good Monkey King game, but the hero's just not good. And I think that's pretty clear at this point.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They're pushing top lane. That's a tier 3, excuse me, tower kill going down. Beastmaster, of course, being dead for 15 more seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And so now they're going to turn their attention to the Rex, and J.Storm kind of nearby is going to try to slow them down, swap in Eternal Envy. They're going for commitment. That Glimmer Cape, though, is going to easily keep them alive. The Wukongs, they just run out of it. Snaking has Ravage, by the way, so I don't know if you want to overcommit to this. And Ember Spirit, he flies back in with the Ravage. There's the Ravage as expected. And dear God have mercy for J.Storm, because fighting Pandas is just obliterating them right now here in these fights.
Yeah, no mercy from the Radiant squad in this one. Super nice executed combo, and the damage just isn't there to take these fights, even on their high ground, even with buybacks. Again, Owie just racking up the kills, racking up the damage in these fights.
Now just gonna go mid lane. Why would they stop? Clearly not any good reason to, but I guess they found one. It's just, let's not throw away our huge lead right here. Let's fall back, keep this lead, finish the Assault Cuirass on Sven, which is almost there. There's 3,600 gold on Ember Spirit, and sure enough, he does plan to get a Linken's from the... Nope, never mind, he's switching up to a Shiva. I was gonna say he has a plate mill on his inventory. So he is actually gonna go Shivas there as well. It's J.Storm, you know, how do you climb back in this one? Your TA and Monkey King are just a step behind of the cores on the other side, and it kind of goes back to the overall general ideas of these lineups, where J.Storm was, they are more these pick-off artists, but it's hard to pick off players when they're just grouping together and doing the pain train here.
Yep, agreed. And I was going to ask if you want a real answer for that question or not, but I mean, the answer is...
No, this game totally has life in it.
I don't think you do come back from this one, but
No.
they're going to keep playing it out, try and, you know, maybe feel if there is a power spike that they can hit with these particular heroes, but my guess is we will not see either the Earth Spirit or the Monkey King again for the rest of the series.
We do have tier 3 items now being able to spawn, so that is kind of one of those comeback potential mechanics of, you know, if you get a little bit lucky, some make sense items. You already see an Enchanted Quiver picked up for J.Storm, so we'll see if they can make use of that. I guess it would have to be the TA, really, doing that there. But Roshan, yet again, this is the second Roshan now, as we know. So she's going to come along this time around for the fighting Pandas.
Yep, full AC completed on the Sven as well, so just continuing this very, very tanky build, Death Ball build, countering out the TA and the Monkey King's pure physical damage. And looking at the J.Storm lineup, they really went pretty ham on physical, all in almost.
Oh, see, that's a pretty good item right there, but it's actually picked up for the fighting Pandas. Titan Sliver picked up by Sven and gonna come into play as he gets swapped here, found kind of by himself. Go figure. He's out for a minute. No buyback coming out for Sven. And so that's exactly what the opening that J.Storm needs. Fear is gonna be burned down by Prowl inside that Wukongs. 9, the BKP. It's wearing off soon, but he's just right-clicking like a boss. In the meantime, Ravage finally comes out, but down goes Snake King. Triple kill for Moo. When it's all said and done, as his BKB's not going to be wearing off. You do see the Axe from Puck coming into play right there, but that's at least a little bit of an opening for J.Storm, and it shows that, okay, maybe this game isn't 100% over yet.
Absolutely, there's a double damage top, so they're not going to see it, unfortunately, but they could pressure this bottom lane, potentially. I'm actually kind of interested about this Enchanted Quiver that Moo has. Instead of giving it to the TA, he's holding it, which makes me think that maybe it applies to all of the monkeys in the Wukong command, which would be insanely broken if that's the case.
What? That sounds ridiculous if that is the case, actually. Well, I guess we may find out if he pops that Wukong again, but TA, dear God, he is just dying. Okay, she's out for 75 seconds. Got caught right there, so sticking around a little too long as they do get the tower kill, but clearly a little bit of a cost. And the pushback continues, but J.Storm a little too good at getting away. And looks like that will be the end of it for now. Interesting play by Beastmaster. He actually has his Vlads in his backpack currently, doesn't want to give away. where he potentially is at.
On the creeps, yeah.
It's those small things you got to appreciate, man, from these pro players. To be able to think about stuff like that in the moment of these tense matches.
Yeah, he's even going to cut the wave here to delay the response push since there is no buyback on the TA. Really nice play by Brax. Might even find a courier here. It's trying to escape. Will get out, actually.
That's his courier, right?
Moon of illusion.
Is that his?
Yeah, that's his. Well, is it actually? I think it is. Yeah, it's a dire courier. I thought. Yeah, because it's a red health bar, so it has to be.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's just kind of chilling there for now. That is interesting. Keeping it back now, but oh, found the strike hits too. Wucock once again coming out for Moo. The damage does look pretty intense. Eternal Envy, Magatine's on it as well. Eats the cheese. Getting that Titan Sliver helping too, but the swap back in. Oh my god, that cleave though. It just finally came out, and the damage was intense as expected. Templar's ass is like, what? Where did my team go? They died in 2 seconds.
Seriously,
And now
double
she
damage
dies.
on Bryle too. So between that and the Envy cleave, 3 heroes just disappeared off the map, and that is likely going to be the end of this game.
Well, J.Storm doesn't want it to be so. The double buyback. Still got a minute though for Templar as well as the Beastmaster. What can you really do with just these two? I mean, you already see the tier 4 tower dead up here, and Moo's just trying to fight back the best that he can, but they're going to easily take out the racks, and they could even just go for tier 4 at this point. We'll see if they do that or just go for megas. Either way, it's, you know, not to be the Grim Reaper here for J.Storm, but certainly need a bit of a throw at this point. And again, the one opening they had there was they caught Eternal Envy by himself. He ain't buying himself right now. He's got his whole team surrounding him. Ravage is ready to go for Titaner. You have Dreamcall ready to go as well. In fact, going to be used right there. Monkey King caught. Mega Creep spawning. And MK is going to be dead in just a couple of seconds. There you go. And GG is called, as we did eventually expect to come out there. So game 1.